Welcome to my chakra series, and this one is all about the sacral chakra. If you want to know first about the root one, go back and check out the videos there, or let's get straight into it. Love the sacral chakra. It took me a long time to be able to work through this. It is one that is just opens you up to creativity and to flow. It's just based under your navel, and it's the color orange. As you can see, I love wearing color, and I'll be using my scarves all the way through, because sometimes I wear the scarves not only for color but also to tune into the chakra. So that's one way you can do it. Use crystals. I've actually got a crystal, how to choose a crystal to support yourself. These are all modalities to support you in conjunction with talk therapy on healing things that you need to heal, or you don't understand why you're feeling the way you do. Now, when you have groundedness through your root chakra and trust, what happens is you go from the physical being into the emotional being. This is where you get to understand emotions, pleasure, desires, all those things that come into play. But when you've been denied that, which can often happen from childhood or when you've had a traumatic experience, that can actually shut down. You start to repress it. Because also what's happened is it might have been that you were never asked, what did you want? You're told you're being selfish, you had to be seen and not heard, you were told by your parents it had to be this way, and you never knew what you wanted. And that leaves this amazing gap of emptiness that you actually want to keep filling up. And this is what happens is you actually start filling things up with substances, with something else that are never fully satisfying. So you might start smoking or drinking or having too much sex or just being forever out there, because what happens is that never satisfies you on that deep need, because you actually don't understand what it is that you want, what actually makes you happy, what excites you, because you've never been allowed to. Now with that comes the shadow side, is guilt. You have this terrible sense of guilt of asking what you want. So what you do is you keep giving, you keep being out there, but you never ever ask. You don't know how to receive. That triggers always guilt, selfish, how dare I even want that? So I know when I first started looking into this years and years ago, I was doing a course and the gentleman who was running it said, go home now and choose something. He used the example of an ice cream. What is it that you would love to have? And so he said ice cream. You know what was really interesting? I didn't even know what flavor I loved. It never even occurred to me all my life, and I was already in my early 20s then, what is it that I actually wanted, without feeling guilt, without it being an imposition. So take a moment now and just think about it. Do you really know what you want? Do you have pleasure in life? Do you feel sensual? Or do you feel you can't have any of that? Because what happens is that flows, that stops the flow of creativity. We have low energy, low libido. We don't enjoy the sensuality of being who we are. We don't enjoy sexuality because we're not allowed to have that. That is taboo. Take a deep breath in now and just tune into just below your below your navel. Bring in the color orange and just get a sense of, what are you feeling now? What is it you really want in your life? What do you desire in your life that you don't have at the moment because you don't even know what it is? And see, what happens is that then brings it into your business, into your career. So again, we look at all the things in our personal life, but how do we bring that into our business life? How do we be creative and in flow, trusting ourselves and being out there? Trauma, as I mentioned, really affects that. So I know when I had my big experience a few years ago with a car accident, it completely shut me down. I completely had no idea what I wanted anymore. I was so lost and confused. So I had to really work with this chakra to come back, to find my desires, to find my needs. What is it I wanted in my life? And I'm not kidding, it has really changed. So now I use things, I do it actually through artwork. I bring in the color orange a lot when I'm going, right, how do I want to do this? Even like doing for this video, I tuned into Reiki, I tuned into my Akashic records, I took myself down there and just trusted it would come across the way it was meant to, the way I spoke. There's such a freedom in that. And there's a real sense of, I'm here, I'm present, I have the right to feel, I have the right to pleasure. So what pleases you? What gives you pleasure? What do you love luxuriating in? What can you expand on to feel like that? How can you receive, not only from people, But how can you receive for yourself? How can you let the universe give you? It really creates a sense of expansion, and then the energy starts flowing in a whole different way. Because what you're doing then is using your base where you feel grounded and instinct to then come into intuition, which will then be tuned up here when I come to the sixth chakra. And then your life takes on this whole new flow. Wonderful, wonderful feeling. Because also what happens here is we become enmeshed. We don't know how to separate ourselves from others because we don't have our own identity. We don't know our desires, our wants, our needs that are so important in our life. So as we come to the end of the video, just taking a moment, as I say, I deserve to have pleasure in my life. I'm a creative being, however that may look. Thank you for being here with me on this journey. Share this with someone you think might be interested in also knowing more about chakras. Subscribe to my channel. Click on the notifications. With any comments you'd love to share, I look forward to reading and seeing what it means for you to be connected into your sacral chakra. And see you in the next video where I'll take you into a beautiful meditation connecting deep within your sacral chakra.